Savage,
Yo, what up?
what's going on with you, bro?
Yeah, yo. Change the schedule. We got Reggie first. Reggie.
Reggie?
Yeah, okay. We finna send it off to him. Hold up. God damn it. Yeah, so what's been good?
Man, trying to be better than I was yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, good news. Oscar back, so you know.
Yeah, I see that, man. That's good. Hey, that Randy Orton little skit they had going on, that was entertaining, bro. They got the new Ultimate Warrior, his little
No,
Z.
God. Yeah,
He fit the description. He looked like when he was the Gringo Warrior, though.
yeah, but I don't know.
I'm sold.
I gotta see where it go. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean,
He can't. I mean, at that, he go. I don't know, bro. What they gonna do with that? I don't know. That's crazy. But I seen him with the little shoestrings tied around his little arms and stuff. I said, oh shit, and he had the hair all fluffed out like the Gringo. Well, Ultimate Warrior first got in the game.
and what I say is he gonna make it work.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. If you know they give you bullshit, you gotta try to make it work.
Cause at the end of the day, even if you don't go the Warrior approach, everybody's still gonna it's still gonna go over. Just for the simple fact that I mean that's what he looked like and that's who he looked like. So I think that's that was a good marketing strategy he did for himself as far as his character. Turning nothing into something. I can tell you that.
You gotta understand where Elias though, he already had his fan base.
Yeah, that's true. But that's what I'm saying. I'm sold on it. I'd rather see him go that route than what it was trying to do before when he first came on with his beard cut off and all that stuff. I'm like, what they finna do? So, you know, I'm happy with that. You know, just my opinion as being a fan, because I'm a fan of Elias. I like him. Got a nice smooth set. And you know what I'm saying? I think he can, if he had a good push, he can run with it.
I know I'm a fan of anybody that get bullshit and make it work.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially when they know the creative probably say, okay, we want him to go out there and feel, but yeah, he fuck around and get the gimmick over. Oh, now, okay, we didn't want you to get the gimmick over, so we gotta fire you. We gotta bring you back now. I'm like, okay, you didn't want them to cheer me. They cheer me. Yeah, like, okay. You wanted them to boo me. I tried my hardest, and they still cheer me. So I'm not doing my job. Like I don't get
that. I don't know, bro. You know, I already know how we feel on that. I mean, but hopefully it'll work out for the best, though. I can say that. I know with Becky Lynch, boy, look like she going downhill, boy.
I thought I was the first one. So I don't know. She ain't looking too good.
That's what I'm telling you. She don't something right, boy.
Yeah, I'm just like, I mean, I don't want to. It's just her appearance ain't looking good. Like, I mean,
she don't look healthy.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Healthy, right? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. I mean, for her to just have a baby.
Yeah.
You know, she still look too skinny and frail looking.
Fragile, yeah. She look real
fragile looking. Yeah. So that's I'm trying to worry about that.
And we ain't even talk about that, so we definitely on the same page with that. Cause we just our first time bringing it up. I definitely agree. She don't look healthy, bro. She don't at all.
But you know they probably rushed her to get back into the ring.
I don't know. I wish her the best. I hope she be good, but yeah, even with like the character is like is going nowhere now, because you got so many up and coming female wrestlers, man. It's like, shoot, once you know what I'm saying. I don't know, bro. We'll see though, because they could still push her at the end of the day. They could just push her in our face.
Yeah. They oh no.
I ain't even
acting like that. Yeah. You acting like man, please.
Seth Rollins doing his thing, bro. Did you see that suit with that goddamn bow tie on the side?
Every time, so in a way, I like But I guess that's his gimmick. He could be just wearing all
It
kind
was
of freaky
fresh.
looking.
It was, but it was different. Like what the fuck?
Like yeah, that's his thing. He just been wearing all kind of
Like the
off
Joker.
the wall, yeah, off the wall crazy suit.
I
So
like it though. Yeah.
yeah, but I still prefer say the Shield Seth Rollins.
Like the Vicious, you rather prefer Vicious. Like
Yeah.
you know what I like. You know what I like about that, because at the end of the day, he bring, you know, with kids they be into like color and stuff. So that's really like that's the audience he getting, which gonna last for a lifetime. The outfits he be choosing to wear, and you already know he still fight Vicious in the ring though, Marlon. You know what I'm saying? He still got them characteristics. He ain't soft. He'll come in there and try to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying though. You know, that's your opinion, of course, but I'm cool with how he is now though. That's my opinion. Like cause you never know what you're gonna see him in too. You know what I'm saying? You mysterious now. That motherfucker may come out there. The bow killed it, bro. Ain't no telling. Ain't no. I been was all green, like the suit. Ain't even had no pattern on it. Nothing.
And probably that was probably old $50 suit.
Yeah.
That's one of them cheap $50
But that was
suits.
man made, a woman made, whatever.
What it was? Oh man, I don't know what that was, but man, yeah.
Don't be shocked. You see people wearing it. Probably already a style. We just don't know about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So while we waiting, shoot, big Magic City Wrestling this weekend.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the one with is that the one with Efron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout outs to Efron.
You
And
know,
what's they abbreviations?
MCF.
MCF?
Yeah, well, MCW.
MCW, okay. Yeah, so that's MCW, and I'm pretty sure they got a YouTube channel and all that stuff, right? Because I know you just y'all go check them out, man. Y'all watch the channel. Y'all can stop this video and go look at that, and then come back to us. But it's MCW, and it's gonna be what?
And Miami, Opalaka.
Opalaka.
Yep.
Any got anybody special in particular that you think they should check out? Even if they can't come to the show, just somebody they can look up anyway.
La Rosa.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my new Puerto Rican hottie. she might but she might got Maserati for a little bit.
Where you gonna get you ain't gonna stop till you get thrown in the goddamn ring at one of these shows and get dealt with. I'm telling you, man, you might as well start you a stable, Marlon. I don't know why you won't go ahead and commit, bro. Go ahead and commit.
A stable.
You have Maserati, La Rosa. Who shoot, think big. Never know. You can pull it off.
Yeah, Ruthie.
Hey,
yeah, Ruthie.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Have your little faction. You could be the attorney or something.
And upgrading my equipment.
Who that? Oh, for the DJ?
Yeah, I got me some more speakers soon.
What size you got?
20s. You
got any gigs coming up?
Yeah, one next Saturday, I got me a little game night.
Okay.
And the week after, got me a little kiddie party.
Okay. See that? All right. And I know you prepared this time. With the for the songs with the YouTube. You got a chance to do that yet?
Yeah.
So you good to go then?
Yeah.
Good to go.
I got it. Yep, I got it. Shit. I'm just gonna pay nothing but all that TikTok. Right. All they want is those little dance songs. That's it. So that should be a piece of cake, a walk in the park.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you good on that. So that's what's up, man. And then let's see. So you got that. Oh, here we go. Yo, what's going on, my brother?
Hello.
I don't know if you can hear us yet. Can you hear us?
It's a connecting.
It's still connected. I think
we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Now you on. I think you gotta unmute it. I don't know if you can hear us or not. We still can't hear you. No.
Yeah.
Oh, he was at the FW. Still nothing.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
he a
think you
big
look to
deal.
the top. Look up to the top left hand corner, either down to the bottom. Hit the. You gotta mute a mud. Or you, I don't know if you can hear us, so you probably got to unplug something. You got something unplugged?
I think it might be his headphones.
Like an aux cord or something? You got to unplug an aux cord or something. Not the headphones, of course, but like the aux plug. You can hear us, right? Okay, so I think you on mute. So where you see where your name is, down to the bottom, do you see where you got the option to click on mute, or either the top right hand corner or top left hand? You should have an option to unmute. Because when you came on, I did see that you was mute.
Mute, yeah, it's like a little speaker. It said it was mute.
So if you can find that on the screen somewhere on your Zoom, we still can't hear you though. And if you can hear us, then that's what the problem is.
might be the headphones.
Okay, so but he said he can hear us though. So either okay, I heard something.
I heard a little speaker.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay,
all right, there we go.
All right, there we go.
All right, Marlon.
All right, what's good, brother?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad.
All right, yeah, we got, just want to welcome you to our little YouTube podcast, One More TV. We give everybody they shine out there, we love focusing on the culture. And then, you home team, y'all. This Reggie Rhythm, this home team straight from Deerfield.
Okay.
So this real right here.
Yeah, man. So just like Marlon said, man, we just want to walk you on the show, man. We give it, give you your platform so you can, express, your passion for what you do, how you started off, little stories if you got, just basically your show, what you got going on and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. We do allow profanity, And but at the end of the day, we do keep it clean and respectful, as far as no drama. So that's a good thing. So it's all about you, man. So man, give us a little background on yourself and where you where you come from and what got you started in being a wrestler, point blank.
Okay, so obviously you guys know me by Reggie Rhythm. Mm-hmm. Real name's Curve. Okay. I got started back in 2009. Okay. So I got some good mileage under my belt.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely.
So with me and wrestling, it's a funny story because like a lot of people have their different origin story. So I know for me, mine was just, growing up and, watching it as a kid. Mm-hmm. And going to school and, me and my friends were stunnering each other in the hallways. Mm-hmm. So it was always something like I loved watching, right? As a kid. I never thought I'd get into it. But then it wasn't until, I started seeing Kurt Angle, Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas. I was like, oh, those dudes they're amateur wrestlers.
Right.
So I was like, shit, I think I could do this. I just got to get into amateur wrestling, right?
Right.
I thought it was that easy. So when I got into high school, I was like, you know what? I'm going to join the wrestling team. Because I think that's all it is. You join and then I get signed like Kurt Angle and Shelton Benjamin.
Right. So that was your mindset at the time. This is the steps that I need to take.
Right. That was my mindset. And then in doing that, I ended up falling in love, with amateur wrestling. So I ended up, wrestling throughout my high school career and in college.
Okay.
Like that's how much I liked it. So I started off at West Liberty State College in West Virginia. And then I ended up transferring back to Florida. I went to FAU. and wrestled for their wrestling program there, and made it to the national championships my sophomore year. I was a national qualifier. And I did that with a separated shoulder.
Wow.
So that
so you definitely following in the steps.
That's a curved angle type of speech.
Man.
They need to go. They should come out with a wrestling is pain. There it is, man. There's a shirt. So what high school you went to?
I was at Deerfield Beach High.
Okay. We Deerfield Beach alumni too. So we all alumni out here tonight. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah. So I'm class of 06.
Okay, I'm 02.
I was under that coach. I think Coach Burns was still there.
Yeah, Coach Burns was there with us. Yeah.
Coach
Burns. He used to try to stalk me to wrestle, and I never took him up on it. I should have, but I didn't. I was trying to
get there.
He used to try to get home.
Everybody to wrestle.
I'm telling you, man.
He said everybody looked like wrestlers to him.
Look here, Burns knew. Burns knew. He's like, man, I gotta get me some black kids on this team because I need some athletes.
So after collegiate wrestling, where you went from there? What was? Go ahead.
So after I got done with college wrestling, I didn't really know what else to do because I was like, where do I go from here? Ain't no the wrestling inside Olympic wrestling, and I wasn't too into that mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I guess I can try MMA. I don't know. And man, while I was browsing, I got hit up for an open house for a wrestling school. So I was like, oh shit, this is my chance. Let me go find out what it's all about. So I went there and I was listening to what they had to say and paying your dues and your monthly costs and all that. So I was already like, you know what? It's just probably gonna be a waste of time or something.
Right.
And then they're like, if y'all want to get in the ring and take a bump, see how y'all fare, check it out.
Ooh.
This was, let me see, at that time, I think the first season or the second season of Tough Enough was still on TV on MTV.
Okay.
So, I was watching that religiously because I was, a wrestling nerd.
Right.
I went in there and I took my bump the same way I saw those guys taking it, tuck your chin, square your hips and go. And boom, I was like, oh, that wasn't too bad. So I got up and I did it again. And one of the trainers there was like, hey, you worked before? And I was like, work? I got a job, but I'm still a student. Like, no. He's like, you ever wrestled before? I was like, oh no, I'm a amateur wrestler. And he's like, oh, okay, that's why you look like this is so natural. All right, I'm an amateur wrestler too back in the day. So that was my first encounter with Soul Man Alex G.
Okay,
and he's a legend as far as South Florida wrestling goes. He done trained so many people. MVP, Ryan from the Ascension. And I mean, his damn resume of the talent he's put out, it's crazy. And to this day, he's still doing shows. And, he takes his bumps and he don't hurt. He's never sore. This dude is a beast, okay? But it was because of him, I really got into it because he was like, yay, you're an amateur wrestler. I used to wrestle from North Miami Beach. This is natural for us. We get really good if we apply ourselves.
Right.
So I listened to him, because I was like, oh, amateur wrestler. All right, let's do it, coach. And man, let me tell you, that dude took a rock and chiseled it into diamond as far as my mindset, my psychology. And, I think it's going to be 13 years for me in October since I've started, and I'm still going strong. So, he did good, obviously. So I'm always appreciative of him, man.
So listen, when you so while we're on that point, the first week that you actually went through a whole week of just straight up wrestling and training and all that stuff, how was your body and your mindset afterwards when you had time to chill out and relax and try to get yourself together to do it again? And that first week, after the first week.
So that first week, I was stiff. Let me tell you, especially coming from amateur wrestling, I thought everything had to be hard and tight and rough. and a basic tie-up, you know, and I was fucking coming in trying to kill somebody. They're just like, dude, no, it's not like that. Like, you gotta be light, you gotta be like a feather. And I'm like, the fuck you mean? Like, then you just want to get out. And they're like, it's a work. And I was just like, the fuck's a word?
Oh man, so
what the hell that mean? Yeah, that terminology.
So it took some time to like break it into me, like, hey, look, you know, it's a dance, bro. Like, it's a give and take, and we're literally putting on a show, you know, for people to enjoy. We're telling a story of the bad guy versus the good guy. And I was like, oh,
right.
Yeah, okay. So it finally started to click, and once it started to click, you know, I started having better practices, because before I used to be so frustrated, like basic shit. I was just like, I don't get why, you know, I'm not getting it. Like, the physical part was fine. You know, I could do however many squats you wanted me to do, go running, but, you know, like putting a match together, you know, stuff like that, I was just difficult. And then, you know, it finally sunk in, and it started making sense. And then what Alex G ended up doing for me, I want to say, dang, my 3rd or 4th year in, he started taking me to WXW in Central Florida, where Alpha Anwai Sr. runs that promotion. Wow. And we all call him Pops. So he took me there, and once I got there, like, everything started to like really mesh, because Pops was like, look, man, we finna teach you psychology. We finna sharpen it, and then we finna teach you how to work for a camera. And then we're gonna teach you how to cut promos. Like, it was just one thing after the next. And like, my time there, just, man, my knowledge grew so much. Character development. You know, Pops had let me come up with storylines, and so he would have me email it to him and pitch it to him, and then he would work on it. Like, all right, cool, but why would you do this? All right, if we're going to do this next month, you know, what's the payoff? Like, you know, you can't forget about the crowd. It's not just about you and what you want. You know, like, how does the crowd benefit? You know, so I really, really like fine-tuned all of my psychology while I was up there doing shows for him, and just getting all that knowledge. And you know, he rubbed off a lot of good stuff. So that's part of, you know, what makes Reggie Rhythm Reggie Rhythm.
And see, that's the good thing about it too. Just listening to your story, you already had the physicality of the stuff. You just needed to get the lingo. Like anything else you step into, wrestling obviously have their own world of words they choose to use that means different stuff than what you normally would think it means. So I know once you got that concept, when you went to do the promos and all that stuff, I know you felt like you was in heaven at that point. Like, as far as everything, because like you say, the squats and the running and the conditioning, that was the easy part, right?
Oh yeah, that stuff was easy, you know, but actually like doing, you know, what makes sense in a match and actually doing it in front of a crowd without like brain farting, you know, like then it gets difficult. You know, my first match, man, I was all good. Like, we went over everything in the back. I was like, yes, let's fucking do it. And my music hit, and whoop, everything was gone. I'm like, oh my God. So, you know, I was just like, man, I'm gonna fucking fake it till I make it. So I went out there doing shit, and you know, the other guy, you know, he's the vet, and he's like, okay, clearly you forgot everything. So he started lighting my ass up, and get me to remember. And I was like, oh, okay. And you know, we started going to work. I'm just like, damn, all right, shit, is it always like this? And I mean, even with that, you know, it took a while to get over the butterflies enough, you know, to like go in there, you know, do your match, you know, how you planned on it. But you know, without forgetting everything.
That's a good point. You bring that up too, man. So listen, do that in that aspect, on that note right there. Does that happen to you often? Do you hear other people complain or have that same issue, or is that just something a part of the game?
So man, I have to, again, I gotta thank my trainers, man, because Soul Man Alex G, one of his big things was, you know, man, you guys could be in the back and y'all could fucking put together this fucking immaculate match. And then you go out there and let's say one of the damn ropes pop. What are you gonna do? You know, or let's say somebody forgets a spot, then what? So he got really big on teaching me like, yo, start calling audibles in the ring.
Gotcha.
You got to figure out like, hey, you're 8 minutes in the match. You know, what makes sense to go to next?
Right.
So I was blessed because now, you know, I've got the ability, like, we can call a great match in the back, but if shit goes wrong out in front of the crowd, you know, I'm able to call audibles and switch it up and still get us back on pace where we need to be. So again, that's a testament to having great trainers who know, you know, to put that kind of knowledge in their students. Because some people,
that's why that's a good skill set to have too. If you know somebody booking you, they know you have that skill set and that knowledge to do that. Yeah, man, that's good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So how do you prefer performing in front of a big crowd or a small crowd? Does the mindset change, or do you look in that crowd, you see, oh, this is 3-4 people in the crowd? Do you still come out with that same intensity, or you just like, fuck it, this ain't no big crowd tonight?
Nah, so again, it's my trainers, man. Soul Man is like, bro, when you go out there, you gotta fucking work. You know, whether you got 5 people or 500 people, right? Because you know, he likes to use the example of indie shows, right? Because for me, that was my first like in-person exposure when I was in high school. I think I was 16 or 17. I went to my first indie show, and that meant the world for me. Like seeing that indie show is how I knew. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna figure out, after amateur wrestling and everything, I'm gonna figure out how to get into this world and do it.
Right.
But you know, it's because like those guys came out and they put on a show like it was a damn pay-per-view event, you know, and you know, it's just another indie show. So I always keep that in the back of my head because had those guys come out and they're like, oh man, shit, it's like about 20 people out here. All right, fuck you, whatever. Like, because you know the crowd feeds off your energy, you know?
Right.
So like for me, you know, whether it's a big crowd or a little crowd, I go there and I'm like, yo, there might be a kid in that crowd who is like me, and you know, they're trying to figure out, is this for them, or maybe it's a first time seeing this in person,
right?
Or maybe it's a first time seeing, you know, a black dude, you know,
right,
live, you know, especially
You just
me being Haitian, so. You know, I always keep that in my mind. I'm like, all right, I'll peek through the curtains. Okay, we got about handful. Say less. I'm still go out there and put in work.
Right. Okay.
Right. Okay. So you jumped into another topic I always wanted to know about wrestlers in general. Now, at the end of the day, I'm a fan. So if I go to a show and if I'm able to interact with a wrestler show or take pictures, hey, I'm a kid all again. But I've also seen some wrestlers that say, you know what, I ain't got time for the fans. So do you feel wrestlers are obligated to interact with their fans?
Personally, I know for me, and with the way I was trained, right? And then, you know, you've got social media. The thing is, you know, on your way to the top, you don't want to shit on people because you probably finna meet them on your way back down, because don't no one stay on the top forever, right? And you know, I get, you know, sometimes there's like a time and place and all that, but when you're at a show, whether you're a face or a heel, you know what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to interact, you know, with people. If it's obviously, you know, reasonable. Obviously, if it's, you know, somebody cussing you out or, you know, racial slurs or spitting, that's different. Right. But like a legitimate interaction, like people wanting to take photos, or, oh man, can you sign this for me? Like, you know, if I obviously on my way to the ring, you know, I aside from a fist bump or a high five, there's not much acknowledgement on my part. But I know on the way out or during intermission or something, like I remember faces. So I'm always go back and be like, hey, I remember you, and you know, we'll chop it up a little bit, you know, just because it's like, hey, these, your fans, they came out, they paid their own money for these tickets, and
Right.
the least you can do is like, don't Hollywood them. Like, if they want that acknowledgement, at the end of the day, they're here to support you,
Right,
because man,
I've seen wrestlers. Okay, you're not acknowledging the crowd or whoever want to take pictures, but you got a table trying to sell merchandise.
right,
Like, that doesn't work.
and it's so weird, because it's like, dude, at the end of the day, like, our fans, again, whether you're a heel or babyface, our fans, they break you or they make you, because I guarantee you log on to YouTube right now, and all these highlight videos you be seeing of, these indie guys, most of those videos aren't even made by them. Those are made by fans, who just like really fuck with them.
Right.
And it's like again, you can't forget like where you've been, because we're all starting somewhere, and just that one acknowledgement, goes a long way. And when you start, having your face everywhere, and your name's a household name, you can't just start, shitting on people like, oh man, I don't got time for this. Like, I mean, again, unless you getting those checks signed off by Vince McMahon, I'm just saying, like, dude, you still working on getting up there, and you can't do that if the fans don't damn acknowledge you, you know?
Right.
So, it's give and take. The least you can do, right?
And that's what I would say. That's what I love about the Say It Loud event. We was there. We loved it. That was a big deal, especially for us. Coulter, first black show in South Florida. Like, that's unthinkable. That's unthinkable. So during that whole weekend, I had my sons with me. That was the first show. They were hyper throughout the whole 2 days.
Man, what's up.
They were like, oh, okay, I can go meet this guy. I can go meet this guy. Oh, I can take pictures with him. I'm like, yo, just go up to him, shake his hand, and they'll take a picture. So with that, like, what do you think of the landscape of the black representation in wrestling?
I mean, I think now, we're in 2022. I feel now we're, kind of getting a good first step, I'll say.
Okay, we're there, but we're not all the way. It's still don't want to go all the way with us, but we there. Yeah.
I mean, like, again, I had said my first live wrestling show I went to, I was like 16, 17, and it's funny because JB Cool was on that card. And again, I'm a fan, I'm in high school and I want to do this. And, he was later on the card. So I'm watching all these great matches, but then his match came out. Now, he's the first black guy I finally see on this card.
Right.
And like, I was all in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like afterwards, I was like, can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? To this day, I still got the photo, and I show it to him too, just to laugh. Cause it's like, dude, I mean, kids watch this on TV, yeah, but when you go, to your first like live event, and granted, it wasn't WWE. I didn't have WWE ticket money in high school,
right?
But I went there, and then to see a black guy, like that solidified it, for me. I was like, okay, I know I said I wanted to do this, but I think I legitimately can, because there goes another brother right there.
Right there.
And so, and that, again, that was back, 2005, 2006, I want to say. And, at that time, I'm just like, yes, somebody black who looks like me. And, now I, like the Say It Loud show, I'm just happy that we have cards where it's like, hey, man, like these kids can actually see,
and the whole weekend
plenty of people, that look like them. And again, like with WWE having Kofi as the, first, actual black champion, and then Bobby Lashley and Big E. Like, we're taking strides. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see more. You know, like definitely a lot more, so that it's not so taboo. Because I feel like, you know, when you kind of start seeing Black superstars get pushes, it's like, how long is this gonna last?
There you go. Yeah.
Good. You know, like you never know.
Okay,
it's like betting with the
Dolphins. We just gonna give it to them the belt right now, but we really don't got no push, no. Okay. What's the future plans? And now you done fizzled out now. I'm like, well, y'all never had it planned for me to win the belt anyway. So
right. So like, oh man, like honestly, I feel like, you know, where you have WWE and AEW doing, you know, their part to like take these strides and finally start, you know, having that inclusion, you know. But again, like for me, I'm still a fan. Although I you know, I wrestle, I'm still a fan. So, you know, any chance I can to watch, I'll watch. And there's nothing more frustrating than when you're watching it and you're like, that don't sound like something I'd have said, or it definitely don't sound like something, you know, a brother or a sister would say.
Right.
I don't like. You're trying. That's great, but you know what would help? Like, you know, start getting some Black writers. There's plenty of them. You know, there's plenty out there. Writers, man, just creative minds. Like, you know, start getting them on your team and allowing them, you know, the same opportunity to shine that you're trying to give to these Black athletes, because that's where, you know, I think it'll work. And that's why I'm such a fan of the New Day, you know, because everything that come out their mouth, I'm just like, bro, I don't think no one's writing this for him. Like, that's just
straight up freestyle.
And you know, I appreciate that, because it's like, yes, you know, finally, Black nerds, you know, dudes just chatting it up. Like, that's, you know, that's how the culture be, especially when you're doing it with friends.
And it's crazy. Go ahead. It's crazy you say that, because me and Marlon was talking about that before, about how they should have writers that have experience, at least, you know, been in the ring, so they can relate to the actual writer, the character of what's going on, instead of having somebody that have to have a 4-year degree and all that. What does that matter if you don't know the culture? No, that's where you go wrong. Yeah, you don't go wrong. You don't even know the people's name. Not to cut you off, but I just wanted to throw that in there. But go ahead, my bad.
No, you're good. And I definitely agree, man, because, you know, when you have a product that thrives off of how your crowd reacts to it, you know, it's like, yeah, you might want to start like getting people who know the culture, you know, to help you, you know, because there's nothing wrong with like getting that experience and getting that help in. It just makes everything seem so much more authentic and fluid, you know, instead of like, you know, having guys trying to remember lines verbatim that, you know, they would otherwise never really talk or
say anyway. You know, I can name a few. Too Cold Scorpio. You got what's the man? Ron Simmons. There's a couple of people that you can use back on the back end, you know, to help with the culture. You know, so they can relate. And I don't want to do nothing but just draw more attention, you know, as far as the Black culture. But I definitely go ahead, Marlon.
And I thought, you know, you like to call me the wrestling girl. I thought I knew basically all Blacks, but that say a lot of men. I'm like, I said, wait a minute. Okay, wait, hold on. Who is him? Okay, hold on. Let me go check him out. Like,
and Marlon, everybody wrestled hard too. Rather they lost or won.
I wanted, like I say, I was literally a fan. I wanted to go around and meet everybody. I didn't get to you. I saw you, but like, you know, I had to talk to Crystal White. I had to talk to B-Fair. I had to talk to Too Cold Scorpio. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was just around there. So as like, for you being on that show, like what was like the whole move that weekend, or how you felt basically just being a part of a show like that?
I was deep the entire weekend, and granted too, you know, I had my my son was out there with me, and my wife. My wife is a worker too, but she hasn't been in the ring since giving birth. So now, you know, she's like, I'm not jumping in yet. I got to get ring ready and get back in shape. So she's a work in progress, you know, for her comeback. But I had my son out there, so I was taking him to see everyone who I could get to, and of course, you know, there go Too Cold, because I forget when I first met him, but every time we link back up on a show, it's like, you know, we never took time apart.
Right,
so
right.
I see him, and I always call him Uncle Too Cold. So of course, here I am with my son, you know, and I'm trying to get over there to meet, and we just started chatting it up. And, you know, he was looking at my boy and like complimenting me on my boy. And, you know, we shoot the shit. And sometimes it don't even be about wrestling.
Right.
I met him, and he started talking to me like we've been homies for years. And I'm like, damn, I've been trying to meet you for the past 30 years, but you know.
Oh, yeah. You know, that whole vibe, man.
But that's how you know you got passion for the game, though, man. When you at that level, when you talk to people like that, Marlon, like how you say he talked to you, man, that's when you know, like, you really love what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say they definitely got to run it back next year.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I cannot wait.
So we also see y'all. You about to be in the Bahamas this weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes. Look here. So I was gone, right? 2019 and 2020. I spent that the entire damn pandemic in the Middle East because I was deployed. So I was, you know, in Qatar, Iraq,
and they gave you a good send off too. I've seen a clip of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a good send off. Yeah. So.
Man, I was gone for a bit, and so of course when I came back, you know, dealing with the pandemic, and then my wife got pregnant, I missed out on a lot of wrestling. So, you know, I told my wife, I was like, man, as soon as we're at a spot where, you know, we could bring the baby and not have to worry about like the COVID-19 and all that, like I want to just take bookings. I want to try and work as much as I can because I feel like, you know, I'd have missed out. And, you know, I'm trying to like remind people like, hey, like I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
Right.
So, yeah, man. So this booking, I'm happy for it because it'll be my first time in the Bahamas.
Right.
So I'm geeked, you know, with FEW. We've done Haiti, we've done DR. My wife got to go and wrestle in Israel. So it's always a good time when FEW, you know, is part of it. So that's why I'm really looking forward to it.
Right. They take care of
you. Who you gonna be facing?
I don't know yet. Don't know who, because I know that they got a small little group of wrestlers over there too. So, you know, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like a mashup. But whoever it is, you know, hey, you know, I just hope they came ready to work. Man, the energy I got right now, I'm geeked, you know.
Right. All right. So how do you feel about representing the Haitian culture?
Oh,
because is it many Haitian wrestlers?
No, not too many, man. And, you know, again, with that representation matters, you know. I just felt like, okay, we've got a lot of Black stars on the indies. We don't got a whole lot of, you know, Haitian stars, or if they are there, they don't represent it. And I was like, man, look here, I'm proud of my damn ancestry, man. So I rep it. So every time I'm out there with them colors, you know, I tell my wife, I'm like, ooh, I'm going out there, I'm repping my mom, you know, I'm repping my dad, I'm repping my grandparents, my sisters, like every time I'm out there. And, you know, it's something I want my son to come and learn himself. Like, you know, dude, you're half Haitian, you know? So every time, you know, you see them colors, like be proud, you know, because it's, you know, it's not all bad. You know, media always has a way of making things sound horrible or whatever. But like, I'm proud, especially with our lineage and history and being the first Black independent republic. Like, that's why I represent it every chance I get. And it's not no like gimmick. You know, I can write, I can read. Full blown Haitian here, man. Full blown.
Shot, no shots, but I got you. You know.
So if you got a couple indie talent on the up and coming scene that we need to check out, let us know.
Yeah, man. There's another kid I did meet when I got back stateside after my deployment. He's also Haitian, and he's actually like, wearing the colors and trying to have just another representation of it. He goes by Lakai. It's spelled Lakay.
I met him. Good dude. Yeah, I met him. Good dude.
Yes. So he's up and coming, and yeah, man. Once he gets a lot more mileage, I mean, you're probably gonna see him more places, but he's definitely one to keep an eye out because again, he's representing the colors, man, and I'm always appreciative.
Yeah, he is.
Always.
All right. So, what's any future plans you got going?
Right now, she got Bahamas this weekend. Next weekend is I think it's Cinco de Mayo. So FEW, we're actually doing, I think it's a 4-day. Let me see. It's going to be Thursday the 5th, Friday the 6th, Saturday and Sunday at their training station. They're going to do a 4-day show. So there's going to be a car show. There's going to be a mobile bar, food, music.
I done been to some of those
shows.
Yeah, I done been to some of those shows, so I already know what they expect.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that'll be next weekend. A 4-day show week. So I'm looking forward to that one. And we're also planning on trying to get something going in Trinidad and Tobago. So that's another one.
I'm all for that one.
Yeah, I'm keeping my fingers crossed that one actually goes through too.
So do you got any merchandise? T-shirts?
Not anymore, but I am working on getting some, now that I'm actively, back in the game. So I've been out since right when I was leaving for my deployment. So I got to re-up on my merch.
Right.
Okay. And me and bro, we always had this discussion, and I'm pretty sure you done met her. How you feel about Maserati?
I just started recently meeting her at the FEW shows, and I'm surprised I didn't really get to ask her how long she's been working. I'm surprised I haven't heard of her before, but that girl worked.
Yeah,
that girl. I'm just like, why are you not more places? And I mean, like on TV, because I'm just like, you could work. Like she's entertaining to watch.
I only found out about her like a couple months. Yeah. I only found about a couple months, but then it was like, okay, I'm already impressed. And then when she had met with Well Velvet, I swear I was the only one in the crowd that was cheering for Maserati.
Hey, this nigga went and changed clothes, boy. He went and changed clothes. You hear me? For Maserati.
Yeah, but everybody went from Maserati. Oh, okay. We see what you've been talking about all this time. Yeah, there we go. Yes.
Yeah, she real good. She execute her moves and she got a lot of energy and she talk shit. She got it just like you said. It surprised you when she ain't on TV because she got all the attributes. You know what I'm saying?
And I love a good shit talker.
Yeah,
and she is so natural at it.
Yeah, natural. Yeah. And she picked about the crowd, and she involved the crowd too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We got all this black talent, and it's like, we should be up there. So that's
So Curve, man, listen, bro. We got like less than a minute.
Couple seconds.
So what we're gonna do is put all your information in the description on the video, bro. This your platform. We hope to see you again, bro. Come back whenever you got something going on and you want to promote it. Just let us know, and it's your show, dog. We appreciate you for coming on the show, and you know what I'm saying. Bless up to you, much success, and we know you're sure it ain't a comeback. You just, you know what I'm saying, gave him a little break. You about to be back on.